This week, Maximilian Dood announced on Twitter that he started a fan project to take the game Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and overhaul the entire game in a cel-shaded art style like the previous games.
For those of you who forgot this game existed or never knew it existed in Ellie's case, you're the precise reason that Max is making this mod. He and his cohort Rin hopes that this mod will encourage gamers who passed on it originally to finally give the game a shot.
Welcome to Necro News, the show where we cover the hottest gaming news from the last week. This week we'll be covering Limited Runs D, the entire Helldiver and Sony situation, Nintendo being Nintendo and hating fun, and more.
Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out, and leave a like and comment to let us know you care. The theme for this week is that game companies hate us.
Take2 Interactive recently revealed that they are laying off many employees from Intercept Games, the developer of Kerbal Space Program 1 and 2. The news of the shutdown comes to us in the form of something called a Worker Adjustment Retraining Notification, or WARN for short, which is appropriate, I guess.
If you're a fan of Kerbal Space Program, you'll know that the sequel is hot garbage, riddled with bugs and game-breaking glitches that have kept the game at mostly negative well after a year of being out.
Well, that and it's a $50 early access title that will probably never get finished. I say probably because after 70 employees of the studio were terminated, the remnants of the Kerbal Space Program 2 team stated that they are hard at work at KSP2, and then reinforced Take2's comment about not making any comments.
Honestly, after the way they dropped the ball on KSP2, I don't really even care about this. But what about you guys? Do you think that this was inevitable? Do you care? Let us know in the comments below.
Nintendo is continuing to issue no fun zones, as on April 25th, Garry of Garry's Mod reported that he had received takedown notices from Nintendo to remove over 20 years of uploads featuring Nintendo IP. Hold on, is Garry's Mod actually 20 years old?
Yeah, just about. It's a great game.
We're old.
Anyway, in true Nintendo fashion, there was no reason for this. Nothing prompted it. They just decided to take fun away from people because they hate fun if it doesn't make them money. Fucking Nintendo.
And to add to their DMCA count, Nintendo issued over 8,500 DMCAs to Github to take down every fork and branch of Yuzu available on the site. According to Nintendo, the reason for the takedowns are to remove code that is primarily designed to and unlawfully circumvent a technological measure that effectively controls access to a work protected under the DMCA.
You know, hearing that, I just had a thought. What if we did this to Nintendo?
What?
You may not know this, but the piracy on the DS, the Wii, the 3DS, the Wii U, it was bad, like real bad. What if we created Nintendo as a villain for being so bold? What if they're retaliating against us for our thievery? Because I kept just trying to quietly fix it, and we kept breaking it again, and it just kept going and going. And maybe they hate gamers now because we kept stealing from them. Maybe they think that we're so ungrateful that they're just going to take our toys away as a way to punish us for our thievery. Maybe our sin was greed, and Nintendo is dealing just and righteous punishment.
They're the only company that's this bad.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense.
Also, Nintendo just went to shit after Iwata died. Strap in, boys, because we're going to talk about some D. Specifically, Limited Run's re-release of D for 3DO systems. Many people who bought the limited edition re-release of the game have discovered that the game doesn't work on their consoles.
The primary reason why the game doesn't work is because the 3DO can't read CDR discs very well. Like, in theory, it can because it doesn't have any read protection, but in general, the lasers on the 3DO are 30 years old, and thus struggle to read the CDR discs.
Thankfully, Limited Run did issue an apology to anyone who bought the game, stating that we tested the games on the 3DO consoles in our office and all 5 discs from the game worked as expected. We will not be selling or shipping further copies of the game or any future 3DO titles until the situation has been resolved, which does mean that the upcoming August re-release of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties may not be shipping.
They have also stated that they are working with some new partners to find a solution for traditionally pressed discs and will offer replacements to all customers, while also opening up refunds for anyone who doesn't want to wait. And with the rest of the news this week, this is a win for them. Fun fact, Ellie has no idea what a 3DO is.
Yeah, I thought it was like a CD-ROM reader.
It's okay, no one will blame you for not knowing what a 3DO is. And here's a story everyone wanted us to cover. Last week was very sad as Managed Democracy finally fell. At first, it was a seemingly dumb reason, but as the days went on, we found out how bad it truly was. On Thursday, May 2nd, a news post was sent to all Helldivers on Steam about a new requirement that all PC players who wanted to continue playing Helldivers 2 would need to create a PSN account and link it to Steam. You know, PSN, the thing that keeps getting hacked.
According to Sony, account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values and safety of security. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. It also allows those players that have been banned the right to appeal, which isn't true, by the way.
For those wondering why they're doing this now, 3 months later, the same post mentioned that the servers couldn't handle all the Helldivers who were dropping in, dispersing that managed democracy during the overwhelmingly successful launch, so they had to set aside the linking and TOS signing until things were stable. Essentially, they were saying that they had always planned this change.
Objection! If this change was always planned, then why was this game localized into Russian and Chinese and allowed to be sold in these countries? Hey there. While we were recording, more information came out. Not only has the game been removed in 177 countries, including Puerto Rico, the Philippines, and unknown country code XD, but players in Ukraine of all places are getting it.
Never fucking mind. Sony did the first thing in, I think, a long time. I don't know how many years, but they walked back the entire PSN linking on PC. As you can see here, they stated that the PSN linkage is no longer required, so there's some cryptic wording at the bottom there, but I didn't see this coming, you didn't see this coming, she didn't see this coming, no one saw this coming. So cool. Good job. Democracy isn't dead.
Look at me. Don't I look cute? This week's Buried Alive Banger, a segment where we cover a game that our community doesn't think has had enough attention, comes to us from my favorite dog, Dog.
Howdy boomers! It's your favorite chunk of dog meat. Ellie and Booster were gracious enough to throw me a bone, and let me take the reins on this week's Buried Alive Banger. This one is a fantasy game for people that like to cosplay having property, or for furniture, like a bed frame, or a couch. I wish those things were real. Anyways, this game, you can make all your room furnishing dreams into reality. This is Furnish Master. Furnish Master is a fun room decorating sandbox simulator that's sure to tickle that little interior decoration worm in your brain. If you like to spend too much time on interior decorating part of Sims 4, or enjoy the Animal Crossing DLC a little too much, or if you're a 50-year-old man like me, I have the comfiest game for you. There's both a sandbox mode and a story mode if you like it when games tell you what to do. It's also super handy if you're an artist like me. Instead of using Minecraft to outline your backgrounds, you now have a nifty little interior decorating tool that you can use to outline your backgrounds and stuff like that. Okay, thank you guys for letting me do bad this week. Please let me out of the artist box. Don't put me back in. Please, guys, they're keeping me in a box here. Please let me out.
Here's this week's schedule. We're going to be starting Alien Isolation, and I've got a 4-hour fitness stream with Jeff on YouTube and Twitch. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And here are the games coming out this week. Let us know in the comments what you're looking forward to most.
And that's it for this week's Necro News. Fucking game companies, am I right? If you like what we do here and want to keep up to date, consider subscribing to the channel.
And if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much, and a very special thank you to all our channel members. If you like our content and want to support us even more, consider joining.
And that's all we've got this time. Until next week, everyone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.